Michael Maidment, CEO of the Ottawa Food Bank, and I've been with the Ottawa Food Bank for almost 7 years. Although I must admit that this pandemic has made it feel like about 20, it seems. I think all time is suspended right now. But the Ottawa Food Bank, we're an organization that started in 1986, and we take care of just under 40,000 people a month in a typical month across the city. And we work in a network with 112 different agencies. So 26 food banks that are based in communities, but we work with homeless shelters, women's shelters. We work with programs that take care of young parents and young children. We work in homework clubs. We work anywhere across the city with organizations that food is a part of the program that they offer to assist the community. A lot of things have changed during COVID-19. One of the things that's happened is we're providing more food to each individual than we would normally do. We're trying to, reduce the number of times that someone would have to turn to a food bank. So we've increased the amount of food that we're giving to people. We would normally love to invite people into food banks and allow them to shop for the foods that they need for their family. But right now, because of health concerns, we're actually providing hampers. So we're trying to reduce that interaction and contact as much as possible. So we're providing people with hampers. So that's certainly something different than we would normally do. The other thing that's different is that we rely on approximately $8 million of food donations in a year. Although since the pandemic has begun, those food donations have virtually stopped. We typically get donations in stores, but I think people have changed the way that they shop. We're doing curbside pickup, or we're ordering online. We're buying groceries in a different way, or if we're going into the grocery store, we're just trying to get in there and get out of there safely and as quickly as possible. So we're not really putting those donations in the donation bins. And stores aren't donating food like they normally do because they're selling absolutely everything. It's not just toilet paper that stores ran out of. There are many other things that stores have run out of during this pandemic. So that's really meant that we're spending a lot more money on food. We would normally spend about $1.6 million a year purchasing food, mostly fresh food. But now during this pandemic, we have to purchase non-perishable food as well. So I'm really thrilled that that you're supporting us with this initiative, and that half of the ticket funds are going to go to the Ottawa Food Bank, because every dollar you donate to the Ottawa Food Bank, we turn into $5 of food. So even the smallest donation has a lot of impact on the community that we live in. Yeah, if you want to visit Food Bank, ottawafoodbank.ca, you can give a gift there virtually, and pretty much everything is virtual for us right now. And so you can go online, you can see exactly what we're doing and how we're working in the community. And if you're watching this and you need help with food, you can also get information about, how you can visit a local food bank to get help if you need it. But you can also make that donation, or you can express your interest in volunteering as well, because we rely on about 3,000 volunteers every year to help us here at the Ottawa Food Bank and in our farm. So if you want to volunteer, you can sign up to volunteer. So ottawafoodbank.ca has got all the information you need. It's really changed. So a lot of volunteers, I think, in the community are typically, retirees. So they're a little bit older. COVID-19 hit
Right.
Ottawa, they were a high risk group. And so I think we saw a lot of volunteers stay home because, they were at risk. But then we saw so many new volunteers flood in. So, we had people who were working from home, or who were laid off, or, who just wanted to help because they wanted to support their community. So we were almost in a way overwhelmed in the early stages of people reaching out with kind offers to help. So, what we who we may have lost, we've now gained with with new volunteers. So it's been really fantastic, and we rely on enough volunteer hours. It's actually the equivalent of 13 full-time positions in the organization. Um, I didn't mention this earlier, but we have a farm in Stittsville, and we're growing on about 6 acres. We have about 1,000 volunteers who help us in the farm, everything from plant to harvest to weed. All of those duties, are supported by volunteers. And last year we grew 136,000 pounds of fresh produce right here in Ottawa with the help of these volunteers. So that's certainly another way to get involved in supporting the community.